Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Life as an Aspie with me, Natalie Sherlock. And today is a slightly different video. So I'll explain why in a bit. But first of all, the more eagle-eyed among you will probably realise that I am in a different location, and that is because I am on holiday. And so I'm staying in a beautiful place in Wales, and this is day 3 of the holiday. So we got here on Monday, and then obviously we had yesterday and today. We go home on Saturday. So, but the reason I'm making this video is because basically there was a whole situation before the holiday, and it's basically a testimony, a faith testimony, essentially. So, obviously, if you don't want to hear about that, then you can move swiftly on. But if you're interested in how good our God is, then please stay and watch. Or if you're just, on the fence and, whatever, I'm not here to persuade, of course. I'm just here to tell this amazing thing that happened. So, it started out, obviously, with a bad situation thing going on. So last Monday, so not like obviously 3 days ago, but the Monday before that, our car broke down, and we'd just gone out to eat, and it broke down on a roundabout, and so that was a disaster, because we thought, oh no, this, what we're going to do. So anyway, we walked to our friend's house, and they kindly helped us out, and then got us home. And then we'd like to try and get some help because we had no phone on us at all. It was at home because it was no charge at it. And then so he helped us. So that was one miracle. And also not getting run over crossing an actual roundabout. So anyway, yeah, and then so he helped us. And first of all, he tried to fill the car up with petrol to see if it was out of fuel. Even though the range said differently, it might have been out of fuel, but it wasn't. Then he gave us a lift, or he tried to jump start it, see if it was the battery, but that wouldn't work either. So basically, he drove us back home so we could get the phone, ring a breakdown people, and so we rang several breakdown people, and they couldn't help us. Some of them either couldn't help us or they were far too expensive. So in the end, we went with Green Flag, and then Green Flag were gonna come. So it was they were, on the way, but then they said that they would be 2 hours. So we got a friend to drive us back to the car, but obviously, she had to leave. And just as we were sitting there waiting for Green Flag, they said they'd be 2 hours, and then the police showed up. So they said, "Oh, we can't wait that long for it to be, taken away." So we'll take it away, and so we went home. The police took it away. So then we had to pay all of this money to get the car out of the place where the police had taken it to. So it was so stressful. So, like, Tuesday night, I hardly got any sleep at all. I was, like, worried, sick about it all. So we thought, oh, we got to get a car for the holiday. So we looked around for different hire cars, and we found this one, and it was like, well, we needed like some money to get it right. So, and it was on a Wednesday, and I was so anxious, and I like I paid to get the car out of the pound, and then I felt better. Like once I'd paid that, I felt better, and then I completely surrendered. I completely let go. I said, "Listen, Lord, if we're meant to go on this holiday, then please give us the money. And if we're not, then, we can do other fun things together as a family, whatever." And then that evening, we got all of the money that we needed, or the promise of all of the money that we needed. And so several people showed up for us, and yeah, I mean, it's amazing. So our prayers were answered. We got enough money. We got the hire car. We drove down to Wales. On the way there, we ran into some trouble. Yeah, Mum made a little snafu with a traffic light, and she's got to sort that out when she gets home. But but we got here, and we've had a fantastic time so far, and we visited several places. We visited so far a place. Where did we visit yesterday? Hafren Forest, it's called Hafren Forest. And today we went to a place called the Devil's Bridge. And it's very interesting because, it's three bridges on top of each other. And there's like a waterfall there as well. Anyway, so we went there today. Tomorrow we're going to a place called Ellen Valley, all of which I will make a separate video on, and you can see all the pictures, and there's loads and loads of red kites here. So I've just been like, and it's my mission by the end of this holiday to get a photograph of one. And there is actually a red kite feeding centre, but it's temporarily closed until after we get back off holiday. So gutted about that, but it gives us an excuse to come back. So yes. Oh, and the other, going back to the list of miracles, the other thing that happened a week before that was I got a letter from HMRC, none other than HMRC, and I got a tax rebate. And it was like almost, it was just a bit more than what we had to pay to get the car out of the pound. So without the HMRC and without our friends that showed up for us, and all, I fully believe, orchestrated by God. Yeah, because it was just so weird, the string of coincidences that had just happened. It all fell into place. We thought, oh, we're not going to be able to go on this. Are we going to be able to go on this holiday? Blah blah blah. Then everything worked out. Then we had a little hiccup, but now we're fine. We're we're like enjoying ourselves. I'm in my 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 Keith Moon t-shirt, and I bought this new hat, this Welsh hat. Well, it's a hat with a Welsh dragon on it, I should say. Not to be confused with the traditional Welsh hats that look a bit like Puritan hats. But anyway, so we're enjoying ourselves, we're more relaxed. There's stuff we got to sort out when we get home, but we're just not thinking about that right now. We're thinking only of our holiday and relaxing and enjoying ourselves and having a break from it all. And then when we get back, we'll sort everything out. And I just want to thank all the people that showed up for us and made this holiday possible, because we don't Mum and I haven't been on holiday together in a while. So it's everyone. Like, I know obviously there's so many people that can't go on holiday, and obviously some people would say that we shouldn't have gone on holiday, but at the end of the day, mental health is so important, and also we wanted this holiday for the dog as well, Luna. And she's 6 years old, and dogs they get less time on Earth than we do, and we just wanted to give her this amazing holiday, and God willing, she'll have many more to come, of course. But it's just we want to make it up to her for not being there whilst we were busy. Then the last couple of months we haven't really been at home that much. So time with family is precious, and we just needed this holiday. We needed to get away because it was all because of so that was my testimony, and I do have faith that all our other problems will be thus solved, and if they're not, then that is for our greater good, and we'll just have to go with the flow. But if you are in a similar situation, and you want to, you're in a desperate situation, just pray and just completely surrender. That's when things start to shift, because I was really anxious. Nothing was happening whilst I was really anxious. But the minute that I let go, I completely surrendered. I said, okay, whatever you want, Lord. So I completely surrendered. I completely let go, and that is when everything changed and we got all the miracles that we had. So that's my advice to anyone that's in a desperate situation. And if you're in a desperate situation, but you don't believe, then I'm sure there are other more secular things that you can do. Talk to someone, or something. But that's my testimony. And I made this video because I promised God that I would, and he kept up his end of the bargain. So I thought, well, I'd better do mine. And also, I know obviously faith is not popular, it's not trendy, but I don't care about that. I don't do it to please. I don't do things to please other people. So I only need to please one being. Yeah, so, and his name's Yahweh. And yeah, so that is my that is the video. I'm going to have to bring it to a close now because the storage is running out on my phone, and I've only got a couple of minutes left to do this video. So I will say goodbye, God bless, and continue being awesome.